Welcome to Jersey Line. Pat O'Melia here, the pro football prognosticator. Did okay last week. I went 8-6, leaving me, and the numbers will be up there. I'm like 15 games over 500. That's the equivalent of a week of games that I won. For that matter, I'm doing better than the guys in the New York Post, all the football experts. First, before we get to the game, you got a gambling problem. It's only because you haven't been going on my picks. You would not have a gambling problem. But if you do, call the number, get some help. But really, don't bet a lot of money on this stuff. $20, whatever you can afford. All right, let's get right into it. I'll take a sip of my coffee first. We got Thursday night. You got Atlanta at Carolina. Teddy Bridgewater's doing a good job. Atlanta, they're going to start, even with Matty Ice as the quarterback, you can look for them to start rebuilding there. Carolina is at home, 2.5 points. I'm going to take Carolina at home, giving 2.5 points. Indianapolis at Detroit. Detroit won for me last week. Astonishing. Normally I lose with Detroit. Usually I lose with Atlanta too. Indianapolis, I'm not real. Never been sold on Phillip Rivers. He pulled it out against Cincinnati last time out. I'm going to go with Detroit, especially the way they ended last week's game. They won it in the last second, literally the last second. They are home, and they're getting 2.5 points. Detroit plus 2.5. 1 o'clock game, FanDuel. For that matter, that first game, Carolina, that's a FanDuel bet too. FanDuel bet, Minnesota at Green Bay. Minnesota, they're already shopping Kirk Cousins. You know, his time is coming to an end in Minnesota. Green Bay minus 6.5. Green Bay minus 6.5. 1 o'clock game, New England at Buffalo. Buffalo, you've probably never seen this in all the years that Brady was there. Buffalo is favorite, and I'm going to go with them. Cam Newton, they yanked him in the third quarter of last week's game. The replacements were no better. It was the worst loss in New England history at home under Bill Belichick. And it's not going to get any better this week. I'm taking Buffalo minus the 4. Jimmy G might be coming back to New England from San Francisco. 1 o'clock game, good game. Two teams I really did well with all year. Tennessee at Cincinnati. Tennessee, yeah, they lost it tough last week against Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with Tennessee, and I like Cincinnati. That is a team on the rise, but so is Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee minus 6 points. 1 o'clock game, Las Vegas at Cleveland. As soon as Odell went down, Baker became a better quarterback. I'm not saying there's a connection there, but Baker pulls the game out at the end against Cincinnati. I'm going to go with Baker. I'm taking Cleveland minus 2.5 against the Raiders. Biggest spot of the week. Jets at KC, 19.5 points. This looks like a game where KC will put about 48 points on the New York Jets. KC minus 19.5 points, like starting a game with 3 touchdowns. 1 o'clock game, Rams at Miami. I'm going with the Rams minus 4 points. Tua is making his first start, the rookie. The Rams will make it difficult for him. It's a FanDuel bet. I'm taking the Rams minus 4.5. 4 o'clock game. New Orleans at Chicago. Yeah, the real Chicago starting to show up. Drew Brees still has enough to pull this off. I'm taking New Orleans minus 4. 4 o'clock game. Probably one of the 2 games of the week. San Francisco at Seattle. 2 teams I like. Seattle should have won. They had 2 chances for me to win last week. I lost with Seattle. They're going to kick a field goal. The guy on Seattle gets 2 penalties. Offsides and personal foul. 15 yards. The Cardinals they take the 3 points off the board, go for a touchdown. They get the touchdown, and things went downhill from there. Seattle loses the game. I'm going to go with Frisco, who seems to be back on par, plus 2.5 points. 8 o'clock, Dallas at Philadelphia. It's going to be Philadelphia all the way. Dallas is bad. I'm surprised. McCarthy, I'm going to tell you, Jimmy Jones is thinking about getting rid of McCarthy. Dallas at Philly. I'm taking Philly minus 7.5. 4 o'clock game. Chargers at Denver. Chargers are another team on the rise. Got the young quarterback. Denver's got one too, but the Chargers are further ahead. I'm going to take the Chargers minus 3. Second game of the week, and it's a 1 o'clock game. The reason it's late in the schedule here because they were waiting for the spread. It's Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Pittsburgh getting 3.5 points. Anytime you can get the Steelers, probably the best team, at least one of the top 3 teams in football, getting points, you jump on that. That's a FanDuel bet also. Pittsburgh plus 3.5. And Monday night, my New York Football Giants are home versus Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. It'll be a bad day for us New York Football Giants fans. I'm taking Tampa minus 10.5. Bet with your head, bet smart, don't bet more than you can afford, and bet with me. Be good, good luck. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.